In the Pokrovsk direction, a Russian soldier spots an incoming Ukrainian FPV drone closing fast. With no firearm in hand, he swings a stick. The hit connects. The drone drops out of the air-disabled mid-flight. Today's footage is a quiet reminder. On the battlefield, moving alone is a risk few can afford. A Russian soldier walks slowly near a patch of green brush. The midday sun is harsh. He pauses beneath the shade of a tree, hoping for a moment of rest. But overhead, a drone has already fixed its gaze. It watches. It waits. The moment stillness takes hold, it begins its descent. The danger was never in the step. It was in the stop. In an open field near Dobropillia, a lone Russian soldier trudged forward with heavy steps. Above him, a Ukrainian drone hovered silently, tracking his every move. The soldier gripped two unknown cables in his hands, purpose unclear. The drone waited, watched, then descended swiftly. In drone warfare, hesitation is rarely punished, but indecision exposed and prolonged always carries a cost. A Russian truck convoy moves along a dirt road. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone locks in and strikes. The impact forces a full stop. No casualties reported. The drone's camera scans the edge of a forest scorched and broken from a recent strike. A group of Russian soldiers has just entered the tree line. They spread out in silence, settling into scattered cover for what seems like a midday rest. One soldier finds a patch of shade beneath a dense bush. He pulls out his phone and begins scrolling through YouTube. Unseen above, two drones have already taken interest. One begins a swift approach, the other veers off, searching elsewhere. Nearby, another soldier sits against a fallen log. He doesn't move. Perhaps he knows what's coming. A second drone finds him moments later. The strike leaves behind smoke and silence. Now alert, a third soldier panics. His sudden movement reveals his position. He drops to the ground, trembling face down in the dirt. The drone does not rush. It simply arrives and completes its task. In the Donetsk direction, an FPV drone spots unusual movement in a grassy field. A Russian soldier carrying a fuel canister toward the front is identified. As the drone dives, he reacts instinctively, swinging the canister upward in defense. It's not enough. The strike lands clean. Once more, the drone's camera captures a still moment. A Russian soldier lies resting beneath a dry thicket, unaware of what's approaching. Suddenly, the faint buzz reaches him. He jolts upright, eyes wide, then dashes behind a nearby tree. The drone closes in, precise and unshaken. A flash follows. When the dust settles, he tries to move, but only one leg responds. Escape is no longer an option. After a failed assault near Pokrovsk, Russian soldiers begin retreating. Some carry the wounded on stretchers, guiding them toward a nearby shelter. The camera captures a quiet line of men moving slowly across broken ground. As they approach the entrance, a drone descends. Its approach is silent, deliberate. No one runs, no one speaks. The soldiers remain still, as if already aware of what comes next. Moments later, the impact breaks the silence, and everything stops. Once again, the ending comes for those who try to walk away. A lone Russian soldier moves slowly across an empty road, dragging a worn duffel behind him. His steps are heavy, his eyes downcast. Perhaps he's on leave. Perhaps he's fleeing the battlefield. But the war follows. Overhead, a drone locks in. Its path is quiet, its purpose clear. Whatever the reason, there is no departure today. Once again, a lone figure stands exposed in the open. A Russian soldier, motionless and unaware, lingers in silence. No cover, no movement, no explanation. Overhead, a Ukrainian drone shifts its path and begins a steady descent. Still, the soldier does not react. The final moment arrives without resistance. The frame fades on stillness. A Ukrainian Kirpi armored vehicle takes a direct hit from a Russian drone while moving through a contested area. The crew exits quickly, taking defensive positions. Within seconds, multiple enemy drones begin circling overhead. Ukrainian soldiers respond with small arms, tracking and targeting the approaching threats. Several drones are shot down in rapid succession. The vehicle is damaged, but the team holds their ground. Along a narrow coastal tree line, a Ukrainian drone advances in silence. Leaves part gently as it scans the path ahead. Two Russian soldiers emerge in the clearing. One stands still, paralyzed by uncertainty. The other turns and runs, driven by instinct, but a misstep sends him tumbling to the ground. The forest holds its breath. The drone hovers briefly, then delivers its command. A drone captures a moment not of battle, but of abandonment. A Russian truck speeds through shallow puddles left by recent rain, its tires slipping across the wet dirt. As it reaches a fork in the road, the soldiers on board suddenly react. One by one, they leap off and scatter. A drone is closing in. The truck is hit seconds later. One soldier fails to jump in time. He's thrown from the vehicle, rolling across the mud. Dazed and injured, he tries to crawl into the nearby grass. His comrades glance back, but none return. Silence follows. Moments later, a second drone appears above the clearing. It does not hesitate. It knows exactly where to go. Near Dobropillia, Russian forces initiated another large-scale mechanized assault, advancing with 16 armored vehicles toward Ukrainian defensive positions. But the terrain had already been prepared. Ukrainian troops from the 1st Corps had laid extensive minefields and coordinated layered defensive lines with supporting firepower from anti-armor teams and artillery observers. As the convoy pushed forward, several vehicles were struck in rapid succession, creating chaos and bottlenecks. The defenders capitalized on the confusion, targeting immobilized units and cutting off retreat paths. An estimated 78 enemy personnel were lost, and most of the armored assets were disabled or destroyed. Meanwhile, to the north, Ukraine's 33rd Mechanized Brigade blocked a parallel Russian push with similar efficiency, halting their momentum before it could build. These engagements didn't rely solely on firepower, but on planning, synchronization, and terrain control. The lesson is clear: a well-prepared defense can dismantle even the heaviest assault before the front line ever breaks. In a contested sector, Ukraine's Signum Battalion deploys fiber-optic FPV drones along key movement routes. One targets a Russian soldier riding a motorcycle down a dirt road. The strike is fast and direct. Nearby additional soldiers moving on foot are also neutralized in sequence. Seconds later, across an open field, another lone soldier is detected and struck. The operation concludes with a final hit on a Russian logistics truck attempting to reposition. These moments reveal how drone warfare is evolving beyond simple targeting. Patience, pattern recognition, and silent surveillance have become decisive tools. Ukrainian drone operators now wait for behavioral cues like stillness, distraction, or panic before executing. It's not just about striking targets. It's about understanding them. The battlefield punishes hesitation, rewards awareness, and leaves no room for routine. Even a glance at a phone can be the final mistake. This is modern combat shaped by algorithms and angles, not just bullets. What do you think? Is technology changing the rules of war forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments, leave a like. If this gave you perspective, and don't forget to subscribe for more frontline analysis.